With summer fastly approaching, it's always important to stay hydrated, which is why today I am here to endorse water. Water is our friend. It keeps us hydrated. It makes us live. It I'm sorry, Jarek. I'm trying my hardest here, Jarek, to sell water, but I can't do it as good as you. I mean, do I just do what? Do I need to just show? Do you want me to show you how to, do? I mean, it's water. I mean, water. If you want to live, drink water. Bottled, straight out of the ocean, out of the river. We don't know. It's up to you. But there you go. There's my sellout. So anyway, I'm here today to bring you Umi Control. All seriousness aside, I'm doing this for my best friend, Jarek, the illustrator, as you guys know him. Been missing the guy, so I figured I'd make a deck that he always wanted to make but never really had the chance to profile. So I'm here today to bring it to you, so let's just go ahead and get into it. This whole thing with Umi Control is that it's basically, it's a control deck, and it centers around this guy. Ocean Lord Kairyu-Shin. He is basically the go-to for the deck. He's the main thing that you base your deck around. He's a sea serpent, and while Umi is face up on the field, each player can only control one face-up non-water monster. So basically, while Umi is out on the field and he's out on the field at the same time, you and your opponent can only control water monsters and one non-water monster. Basically, it goes a match on the field. And then its second effect is that during your main phase, you can add from your deck to your hand one Umi, one Kairyu-Shin spell or trap card, or one Sea Stealth spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. And you can only use that effect once per turn. This you definitely want to run 3 of these, and he's a level 5, which we'll get into in a sec of why that is important. But the next card that we're going to be taking a look at is Electric Jellyfish. Electric Jellyfish, it's a level 4, and once per turn you can send one Umi from your hand, deck, or face up on your field to the graveyard to special summon a water monster from your hand. And when your opponent activates a monster effect or spell card or effect while Umi is on the field, quick effect, you can negate that effect, and if you do, this card can gain 600 attack and defense, which is nuts. So it's basically a once per turn negation, as well as an attack gain, and you can use its effect to special summon out your Kairyu-Shin or any of your other water monsters that you want. The next one that we have is 2 Warrior of Atlantis, because you want to get to a legendary ocean, which also counts as Umi. So we're using him to just, as extra field spells, searchers, and he's a good beat stick if you want to use him. Running 1 Doom Kraken. If Umi is out on the field, quick effect, you can target 1 water monster that you control except for itself, and 1 monster your opponent controls. Special summon this card, and if you do, return those monsters to the hand. So it's pretty good interruption. And what else? When an opponent monster declares an attack, you can return this card to your hand, and if you do, negate the attack. Really good interruption there, but it's only good as a one-of, if I'm being totally honest. So it's really good, and a lot of people don't really understand what it does and may not see it coming. And then our last Umi-related card is Mega Fortress Whale. If Umi is out on the field, you can activate this effect. Your water monsters can attack directly. Really good. And during your opponent's battle phase, quick effect, you can target 1 face-up monster that they control, destroy it. And if this card on the field is destroyed by battle or by card effects, you can either add it to your hand or special summon 1 water monster or 1 water warrior monster from your deck to your or your graveyard to your hand. That's only if you're going the legendary fisherman route, but we mainly use it for the attack directly and quick pop during the battle phase. And then 1 Barrier Statue of Torrent. It's a water deck, and it's a barrier statue. It's probably the best barrier statue currently without Stormwinds in the format. And then 1 Giga Gaga Gigo, which we'll get into when we get into the spell cards. But he is also a level 5 and a really high normal beat stick monster. And our last monster is this Ash Blossom. It's Ash Blossom. Off into the spells. We are running 3 Legendary Oceans. This card is always treated as Umi, which is why it goes well with all the effects. And all water monsters that you control gain 200 attack and defense, and reduce the level of water monsters in both players' hands and on the field by 1. So Kairyu-Shin is a level 5, and if it is in your hand while this is on the field, you can just normal summon it out. Really good. This deck basically centers around this card. You want to run no less than 3. And speaking of 3, we have 3 Fish Sonar. Add 1 level 7 or lower water monster from your deck to your hand that mentions Umi or a water normal monster. Then, if Umi is already on the field, you can special summon 1 water normal monster, in which is this guy, which is why we include him. Because if Umi is out and you activate this, you search out any of your water monsters and you get a free special summon. And then 2 Sea Stealth 2. It's a continuous spell that it basically becomes Umi while it is on the field or in the graveyard. And your opponent cannot target water monsters that you control with monster effects. And at the start of the battle phase, you can special summon from your hand or graveyard 1 monster that mentions Umi or a water normal monster in defense position. So basically, if you have Umi out on the field and if you basically have this card out and they somehow are able to get rid of your Kairyu-Shin, when they enter battle, you can special summon your Kairyu-Shin, and they're forced to remove cards from their field until they have 1 non-water monster. Still really good. 2 Fury of Kairyu-Shin. It searches out Torrential Tribute, and while it is in the graveyard, if your monsters would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So basically, search Torrential Tribute, set it, and then when you activate it, you can basically use this to protect your monsters from Torrential Tribute or any other destruction effect. 3 Pot of Prosperity, because we don't really go into our graveyard. Like I said, it evolves around Kairyu-Shin. So we run 3 of these to do extra searching. You can run Pot of... not Pot of Prosperity. Oh god, I'm forgetting the name of it. You know which pot I'm talking about. The one that draws 2 cards. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, because we don't like back row. 1 Terraforming to get to our field spell, and 1 Foolish Burial of Goods, because we have a trap card in here that benefits off from being in the graveyard. Now off into the traps. The best trap in our deck is 3 Sea Stealth Attack. Really good. When it is activated, you can activate 1 Umi from your hand or... is it from your hand? Yeah, from your hand or graveyard. And then once per turn, while you have Umi out on the field, you can activate... this card gains the effects. You can either once per turn banish a water monster that you control until the end of the turn, basically saving it from, spot from removal or any negations. And its second one is that, not once per turn, if a level 5 or higher monster, or one that has the original level of level 5 or higher, battles a monster your opponent controls, that monster is destroyed during the damage step. So good protection. 2 Kairyu-Shin Dark Reef. You can basically, the basic gist of this card is that you can send 1 Umi that you control to the graveyard to special summon up to 2 monsters with different names from your hand and or graveyard that mention Umi or a water normal monster in defense position. Then if your opponent controls, you can special summon any number of level 6 or lower water normal monsters that you control from your hand or graveyard. So yeah, really, really good. And then, like I said, 3 Torrential Tribute, since we have the Searcher. Still really good. It's a board interruption. It's not once per turn. And then 2 Ice Barriers. This card is an insane battle trap. It's the one that benefits from being in the graveyard from Foolish Burial of Goods. When an attack is declared involving your opponent's monster, change that opponent's monster's attack to 0 and negate its effects. Also, it cannot change its battle position. And that is permanent, by the way. Non-targeting. Really good. You can banish this card from your graveyard and send a level 5 or higher water monster from your deck to your graveyard. Hence, Kairyu-Shin is level 5. And then you can add 1 water monster from your graveyard to your hand. So basically, if you have Umi out or Legendary Ocean out and Foolish Burial of Goods, you send this card to the graveyard with Foolish Burial of Goods, banish it to send Kairyu-Shin to the graveyard, add Kairyu-Shin to your hand, and you can normal summon Kairyu-Shin from your hand. So really, there are many ways to get to your Ocean Lord. And then 2 Dogmatika Punishment, because we like to have extra protection in this deck. You can go the Decisive Battle with this deck, like with the Dogmatika cards for extra battle protection and destruction protection, but it's up to you, whichever one. And the extra deck doesn't really matter. I've just filled it up with a bunch of different water level 4s. We have the Stealth Krakens, the Stealth Kraken spawns, 101 Shark, 101 Shark, number 37. We have, Abyss Dweller, and then a bunch of Link monsters. Linkuriboh, because you gotta respect the Iblog. The Mermail Link, because it gives attack boost, and it provides recursion for your water monsters in your graveyard. The Water Charmer, Miss Starboy, Nightmare Unicorn, and then, the punishment package of 2 Entes and 1 Garura. But like I said, you can do the extra deck any way that you want. You can do the Decisive Battle. You can basically fill those the entire deck up with Albaz fusions to get extra protection, or you can even do the Super Poly route. It's completely up to you. But guys, that is it for the deck profile. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell down below for notifications. And if you want to help keep the channel going, consider joining our YouTube memberships. And until then, stay hydrated this summer, and hopefully Natural Mountain Springs, call us for a sponsorship. We love to have you guys sponsor us. But until then, we'll catch you guys later.